Sanctitatea voastră, bine ați venit în casa noastră, în Parlamentul. Mulțumim, grație.
de cadou pe care trebuie să-i dai la trei.
Doamnelor și domnilor, vă adresăm rugămintea să vă ocupați locurile în sală. Doamnelor și domnilor, vă rugăm să vă ocupați.
Asta chiar a fost maxim. Maxim asta. Auzi așa. Da, capitanul sus. Capitanul sus, da. Nu ușă de box. Auzi? Nu știu de la Ducădam. Unde sunt? Unde sunt? Nu știu. A fost acolo? Ai văzut-o? Papa.
Excelențele voastre, doamnelor și domnilor, sosesc sanctitatea sa Papa Francisc și
Praised be Jesus Christ, Laudetur Jesus Christus. Welcome to this live broadcast from Bucharest in Romania, where Pope Francis is about to address the country's authorities, representatives of the civil society, and the diplomatic corps. The Holy Father arrived in Romania about 2 hours ago and will stay in the country for 3 days. I am Johnny Baptist Tumusime. On behalf of Vatican Media, I would like to welcome all of you who are joining us from the various Vatican Media, from the various Vatican news channels. A warm welcome to viewers on Catholic Television, EWTN Television, the Catholic Faith Network, Salt and Light Television, Network Television, Shalom Television, CBS News, and the listeners who are following us on many radio stations around the world, as well as those joining us through the internet. Now you can hear the voice of the President of Romania, Mr. Klaus Werner Iohannis, who has begun his address to the Holy Father, and he says, Your Holiness, Your Bliss, Your Eminences, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great joy for me as the President of Romania and on behalf of all Romanians to receive you in Bucharest, in this palace. Welcome to Romania.
Veți fi întâmpinat cu cea mai mare căldură. Veți putea cunoaște
The Pope is here for a few days on the land of Saint Andrew the Apostle, protector of Romania. And I am convinced, Holy Father, that in Bucharest and in all the places you are scheduled to visit on this apostolic visit, you will be received with the greatest warmth. The Holy Father will know the land that Pope John Paul II called the Garden of the Mother of God. Your Holiness's visit takes place in a week, which for Catholic believers lies between Ascension and Pentecost, and for Orthodox believers precedes the commemoration of the Ascension of the Lord. At the end of his visit to Romania, Pope John Paul II left us on May 9th 1999, a strong message of trust in the future of our country, in its European destiny, in the role of our civilization as a bridge between the West and East. Today, I can tell you that the message we received has borne fruit, and Romania has rediscovered its destiny in the family of a united Europe. Less than a week ago, this European destiny was strongly confirmed by Romanians in the country and abroad. Your Holiness, pontifical diplomacy continues to be a pacifying and balanced factor in tackling the issues of the global agenda. Faced with the contemporary challenges, the citizens of Romania see your visit as a new encouragement to perform a service to the common good, to contribute to a just society, and to a world of love among human beings. During this period, Romania fulfills the first mandate of our country in the presidency of the Council of the European Union. As you have pointed out on various occasions, we must take care of our common home in Europe. I had the privilege of hosting European leaders in Sibiu on May 9th, right on Europe Day, for an important moment of reflection on the future of Europe. I share with satisfaction that through the political declaration adopted at the Sibiu Summit, European nations and European leaders have clearly reaffirmed their willingness to work together for a united Europe in peace and democracy, a unique Europe guided by its values and its freedoms. Your Holiness, the citizens of Romania have known directly the tragic experience of totalitarianism, the lack of freedom, and the forced deprivation of Christian values. Your Holiness's visit takes place 1 year after the celebration of the Great Union and 30 years from when we found ourselves through sacrifice in the exercise of fundamental rights, including freedom of expression and conscience. Today, the Romanians glorify the Most High without fear and without any impediment. In Romania, all the languages of all national minorities. The beatification of the 7 Greek Catholic martyrs is also a great tribute to all those who sacrificed themselves during the communist period for freedom and faith. Your Holiness's visit also has great significance for Romania's relations with the Holy See. Anticipating the centenary anniversary of bilateral diplomatic relations, which will be celebrated in 2020. Political diplomatic relations between Romania and the Holy See are very good, based on constant communication. Your Holiness, in a world marked by complex phenomena, today perhaps more than ever, Europe needs models of peaceful coexistence, models of dialogue between the majority and the minorities, dialogue between cultures, which offers points of reference for consolidation of tolerance and mutual respect. Romania is an example of good practices for the way in which it has ensured and ensures respect for the rights of persons belonging to the 20 national minorities that are historical to its territory. under the sign of generosity, social solidarity, and understanding between civilizations, the mission you carry out in the world is well known and appreciated in our country. In the Catholic churches of the Latin and Eastern rites, in Orthodox churches, in those of other Christian cults, as well as in the places of prayer for other cults recognized by the law in Romania, they are the values whose source is love of neighbor and holiness. Your Holiness's message invite empathy and action in the face of poverty, violence, migration, weakening of human communion, aggression towards the environment, and consumerism. In the Romanian society, your appeals of solidarity and responsibility are received with appreciation. We are working confidently together with Your Holiness on this bridge to build a world of peace and a human fulfillment, a garden of the mother of all, towards which we must walk together.
Mesajele sanctității voastre îndeamnă la empatie și acțiune în fața sărăciei.
I repeat that your message invites empathy and action in the face of poverty, violence, migration, weakening of human communion, aggression towards the environment, and consumerism. Once again, our society in our society, your appeals for solidarity and responsibility are received with appreciation. Once again, I would like to repeat, we are working confidently together with Your Holiness on this bridge to build a world of peace and human fulfillment, a garden of the Mother of God for all, towards which we must walk together. Also, in the background, the Pope has finished his speech, and everybody is standing up. And as the Pope prepares to get out of the building, he has come to greet the Orthodox Patriarch here. They are exchanging a few words. Cameras are taking images. So the function is over, and before I conclude this live transmission from Bucharest on behalf of Vatican Media, I would like to thank all viewers on Catholic Television, EWTN Television, the Catholic Faith Network, Salt and Light Television, Net Television, Shalom Television, CBS News, and the listeners who have followed us on many radio stations around the world and on the internet. In a little while, a summary report of the Pope's address to authorities, civil society, and the diplomatic corps will be available at the Vatican News web portal, www.vaticannews.va. That is www.vaticannews.va. The same speech of the President of Romania will also appear. Once again, I am John Baptist Tumusime. Thank you for following us. Praised be Jesus Christ. Laudetur Jesus Christus.
Mulțumesc, mulțumesc.